Hello everyone, welcome back to For His Namesake. I'm Martina, this is my daughter Valentine, and we're always happy to see each and every one of you, or to have each one of you all join us on our talks that we have. Our family is going through a difficult time right now, in the sense that we are having to go to our storage units. We have 2 storage units. I know that seems fancy and all, and it's not fancy. One is for smaller outdoor things mainly, and maybe some appliances, and then the larger one is the climate control storage unit that keeps photographs and furniture that's a little bit more sensitive, that can't handle extreme temperatures and that kind of thing, and books and whatnots. And so we're having to go through that, and having to then see which items we can either donate, sell, what's another one, recycle, or things that just need to be thrown away. But right now we're also going through some items that we need to get rid of because they're big and bulky, or they take up too much room. And some of these things, believe it or not, are sentimental value to us. They were either given to us by someone, or they were handed down, or we've had them for many years and they have many memories on them. So that's kind of what we're going through right now. And then Valentine is going to tell you, she can tell you about what she's been doing with having to sell our items.
Well, I'm in charge of our Facebook account for selling items, and I do like that process. It is fun for me to upload the pictures, put description box and the price. That's the fun part. The unfun part is just the back and forth with the buyer. That can get a little frustrating. But the first 3 things that we sold, they were not sentimental to us. It was the washer and a dryer and a lawnmower. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering and thinking, oh good, we're getting rich now of all the things we're selling. No. With the washer, we wanted $100 for it, and it kept going down in price. That's just how it works when you're on Facebook Marketplace. The dryer went down a lot. Of course, it was kind of old. The lawnmower's the only thing that, well, actually even that went down.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, God does provide the times that we do sell items that goes toward our food or gas.
Right. And just so you know, for those of you who did contribute money to us some time ago, when we said we need your help, and y'all gave us some money, and it was, quite a bit of money. Like I said, we do thank you again for that. But that was mainly for the bills that were due in the beginning of October, so that's dwindling down to, nothing again. So us selling these items is helping us now with the necessities of life, like gasoline, and believe it or not, because we have to chauffeur, my husband's chauffeuring still our other kids to and from their jobs, and then also just food, just making it on food, and then laundry. We have to buy, $45 a week for laundry. That's a lot of money, but we're a large family. We're all washing everyone's clothes. So, I forgot where I was going with that. I'm sorry, I went on some kind of rabbit trail.
Where the money went.
Yeah. So if you're wondering, well, we just gave you a bunch of money, where's that? Well, it's practically gone. So selling these items comes in handy to then pay for our gasoline, pay for our food, pay for the basic necessities of life. So, yeah. It does come in. I was hoping to take some of that money and save it back to help some other channels, some other ministries that really need help, that are I feel like, in much more dire need than we are in. But it just doesn't seem to be such a case right now. Not until I get a job, which I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get a job. So, yeah. Anyway, that was just a side note. Okay, go ahead.
So we're trying to go down to 1 unit, so we got rid of like the major appliances. Now we're going through the other storage unit that also has some furniture in it, and these are more sentimental. For instance, I have on the marketplace right now our table and 6 chairs, and they've been in our family since I was a baby.
Keep talking, and I'm gonna try to find the picture so I can show it to you. So you have an idea of what this table looks like.
It's a nice table.
I think you have the table. I don't have the table, but
I do have it somewhere. I don't know if they'll be. Oh no, I don't.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have a picture. You can keep talking. So that they're not sitting here waiting for me to find it. But
Oh, here it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll try to zoom it in for you if it'll
Okay.
load.
I found the chair too.
Okay. I don't know if you guys can see it. And the color looks like it's pink. It's not pink. It's just, that's the way it's viewing right now with the camera.
Yeah.
But it's more of a beige tan color.
Is that the table? And here's a picture of
That's the,
one of the chairs. So it comes with 6 chairs. 4 of the chairs do not have armrests, and 2 of them do, and those would be for the head of the table. And yes, it has some decorative knobs missing, and it's got scratches and, like Valentine was saying, wear and tear. I mean, it is 33 years old. My husband and I bought the table and chairs when we first, I think it was before we got married. We were looking for things for our future home, and yeah, it was expensive at the time and beautiful, but hey, it lasted all those years, and I think it could still last another 33 years for the next person.
Very sturdy, very well made.
Yes. So lots of, you want to tell them some of the memories we've had on that table, all the things we've done with
Well,
it?
the table's so old, almost vintage. I guess it's called vintage. I tried to look up what vintage meant. There were different articles that said, it's not quite, or maybe it is. But, you know, we had all our dinners there. We're a family. Even when someone was working, we always tried. We always ate at dinner together.
Yes.
That was our moment. That was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the day.
And breakfast. Breakfast was my
Breakfast.
favorite time of the day. We'd always have a big breakfast usually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe not in my teenage years when I was in high school, but when we became all adults, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But yeah, I
So-
loved the dinners that we had at that table.
Yes.
And game time.
Yeah, but that's my favorite part. I love playing board games and card games and all kinds of games.
And then different crafts we did on it. Making
Mhm.
cards for people.
Homeschooling days.
Homeschooling. Yep.
Wow. I mean, we've done a lot with that table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember it was one time too, we did some painting too. We covered it up with like plastic wrap or something, and me and my younger daughter especially, we do some acrylic painting on there and stuff. That was kind of like our, what do you call it, our easel. You know, most easels stand upright, but we would paint down on the table. So it's been through, yeah, it's been through a lot.
And it's been through a lot of moves. We've moved. Well, I moved probably about 10 or 11, and my parents a little bit more.
Yeah. So it's, like I said, I mean, this sounds like a great advertisement, doesn't it? For a wooden table and 6 chairs.
And sadly, the company, I just looked it up, is no longer in business. But that means if you do find it, hey, it's a great find then. I think it's called S. Bent and Brothers.
Yes.
The company's been around since 1867, and I found out they discontinued the brand in 2000.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I actually cried because I thought we were going to get rid of it a lot sooner, and so I actually cried, and I was thinking, God, isn't there another way? Please, I don't want to get rid of our table and chairs. I mean, out of all the things we have, I would think that to me that had the most memories and
had the most use.
Sentimental value to me that I can think of. And now you tell them about the other thing you've got on Facebook right now.
Speaking of the table, I do want to mention it brought to mind a chapter in my friend Cheryl's book, Biblical Minimalism. I mentioned her book before. I'll link it down for you in the description box below. But there's a chapter in that book where she herself went through something similar of having to get rid of a well-loved and well-used table. So, if you want to know more about that, click the link down below. And or she also is reading chapters from her book, so you can do it that way too. And I'll link another, I'll post another link for the audiobook too.
Yes, exactly. And along with those lines is that from the same book, I remember reading that book, and you know me, I don't like to read, but that book is one of those you just want to keep reading. You don't want to stop. It's that fascinating, and then it's wow. And there was a part in there where she also homeschooled her son, and so we homeschooled at various times our kids through the years. And I remember all the crafts that we would make together. The homeschooling books have awesome crafts for kids to make. I mean, they'll last you for years. And I still have a box. I saw it just the other day looking through the unit. I thought, oh my goodness, there's that bin with all the crafts through the years that the kids have made. homeschooling years. Just beautiful, sweet little crafts that little kids can actually use. You know, little string puppets and, oh my goodness, neat things. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to go through. I was already getting sad thinking about that I was going to go through that and just, oh, I'd like to keep at least one craft of each child. That's sentimental value right there. I know I can't take it with me to heaven, but at least I can enjoy it on earth a little bit longer, please, God. So yeah, but she was saying that she went through that difficult time. The author, Valentine's friend, well, our friend, she's our family friend, and yeah, she was saying that she was having to go through all her homeschool books. Like, oh, this brings back such memories, but she had to get rid of them. You know, she had to downsize and. Yeah, not bring it all with her wherever she goes. So yeah, she's been through the same thing, and now we're going through it. Okay. Now, what's that other thing you have?
The second thing I have in the marketplace is a painting. It hasn't been with us as long as the table has, but it's a beautiful painting. It's set in Tuscany. Has like a pavilion, and you're looking over the Tuscan fields. It's really stunning looking.
Yes, I don't think I have that picture. You will actually, if you go to our,
well, then they'll know her last name.
No, not that.
Oh.
No, not that. Go to our older videos.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's a picture of you.
You can probably see a little bit of it on the beginning videos.
Actually, no, I take that back. Well, I was going to say one of our Christmas videos, but no, it wouldn't have that painting in the back. I don't think. I think we took the painting down, and instead we decorated with Christmas directions.
Maybe it's the first video we did about our business. I remember we took a picture in front of the fireplace.
Right. Maybe it's on there. Maybe you'll see it. But anyway, it's a gorgeous painting.
Remember, this makes it look
I'm glad
pink.
you have a picture of it there.
It's not pink, folks. I don't know why the camera is showing it to be that color, but it's not. But anyway, really lovely. And it was such a joy for me. And our last time we had our sink did not overlook a window unless you turn your head to the left. So it's nice having something to look at when you're washing the dishes, and I could always see the big, beautiful painting and imagine myself in there.
And then imagining, but not to brag, but I actually had the privilege of being in Tuscany, Italy, when I was younger, because my parents were, what's the word I'm looking for? Wine consumers, I guess the word I'm looking for. So that we spent a lot of time in vineyards in various places in Europe and everywhere else. And Tuscany was one of them, and it's just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, you know, yeah, so that, I was thinking, oh, that brings back memories, and I can just pretend I'm there. So anyway, yeah, that's going to be hard. And then she was saying that she was having a hard time letting that go, and then I told her last night, I said, well, it's never too late. You can take it off Marketplace. Just take it off. And she said, Mommy, I can't do that. Someone's interested in it now. And I thought, oh, yeah, okay, well, but now we didn't hear back from them, so now I'm thinking, oh, maybe that's a sign. maybe she can take it off again. But then we think about
we could really
where we could use the money, number one, and number two, we just keep thinking, well, we have differing views. You want to share with him what you think, that you don't think you're going to be in a home?
I've been pessimistic for the last couple of months. It's just been difficult. No, just channel issues too, but city issues. We really don't like living here, and every single day it just weighs on you. I can't stand it. And every day there's sirens going off. There was an accident just today that we passed by.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, everything that happens here, I just cannot stand. They were going through a mini cricket invasion. It's not as bad as last year, and I'm so thankful for that. Last year was pretty bad, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was quite bad. Yeah. But that just adds to my nerves. I can't stand them.
No, not to stand them. She's terrified of them. And I'm not here to make fun of them, but she's really terrified to the point where she shakes and gets nervous and cries. And I'm not making fun of it, because that's how I am with mice. I'm the same. I just get chilly willies all over them, you know, and I can't stand them. I can handle anything else except that. I don't like mice, so I can understand what she's going through. But you know, yeah. So we're going through a difficult time with emotions. I think everybody goes through a breaking point, and maybe we're hitting that breaking point, because it's just like, God, how much longer? how much longer. It's been a year and a half now that we've been, in December it'll be a year and a half that we've been homeless. So it's, you know, the first year, you know, it was bad enough. I was okay. I had that peace that surpasses all understanding, and y'all can check the videos on that from previously, but I don't have that peace that surpasses all understanding anymore. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting really angry with just this city. This city is wow. I mean, one day we'll tell you where we live, and then you'll wonder, oh no, that's a nice city. Oh, it has its nice parts, but since we're on the front lines and we're homeless, we see everything that goes on all hours of the day and all hours of the night, and it is not pretty. So, but that was a side note. But yeah,
but it's weighing on our emotions.
Yes,
and so
exactly.
To add to this and the stress of even going through the process of selling things with buyers, and then now we're getting to the sentimental things. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to, but yet at the same time, I kind of lost hope of us getting a home.
Right.
And I know that we're going to get some comments saying that's your own fault. You guys should have worked harder. You guys should have found a job quicker. We're going to get some comments like that. And there's a playlist that you can watch, a homeless playlist. Click that and explains why we are jobless and what we're trying to do it now. And even then, it's going to be a struggle. You know, my sister still doesn't have a vehicle. We're still looking. It's not easy, folks. Right now, we have to drive even farther because her job, the corporate, did not a nice move, and they closed the restaurant that she was working at. So now she has to work at the same restaurant across the town, which is more driving for us. So
more gasoline
for us.
Yeah, more gasoline money that we're gonna have to come up with somewhere. And oh my goodness. And then with me getting a job, that's even more driving. Oh my goodness, my poor husband. I mean, he's a taxi cab driver practically, but not getting paid for it. So, I wish we could pay him, but we can't. But yeah, so then back to sentimental things. As we're going for, I'm kind of envisioning now myself in the storage unit, in the larger one, way in the back, are my handmade, custom made bamboo, it's like a whole bedroom suit, I guess is what you call it, of bamboo furniture that was made for me when I was a little girl, when I was living in Indonesia at the time, but Singapore was the most modernized place, I guess, nearby. And so my parents had found this furniture maker that made things out of bamboo, and they made an entire bedroom suit, you name it, the desk, the chair, the shelves, the dressers, I mean the headboard for the bed, everything, the bed itself. I mean, oh my goodness. And it was gorgeous, and it lasted for years, and it still is. Good. Yeah, and I've handed it down to her. I gave her the desk and chair, and let's see, what else did I could have sworn I gave you something else. I don't know. And then I have two bamboo shelves that I've still kept over all these years, and I've been I wanted to get rid of one of them a long time ago, and my husband said, you can't do that. That's part of the bedroom suit, and you want to hang on to that. That's got sentimental value. And I thought, okay, but now I know I have to get rid of at least one of them, for sure. And it had a big round chair, one of those big, you've seen them like rattan chairs, but this one was very sturdy and very well made. I had to get rid of that, and I loved that round chair. I mean, we've had our dogs sit on that chair back in the day. It's just comfy. I've slept on that chair. I mean, and I had to get rid of it. And then for only like $25.
Yeah.
Those things are worth a fortune if you buy them in a fancy furniture store. So that's the bad thing about selling things, is that you don't get nearly enough money that you would if you had bought this now in a nice furniture store somewhere for the furniture items. It would cost a fortune. Oh, and about the painting that she showed you, I'll never forget. That also has sentimental value, because I found that at one of those consignment stores, at a furniture consignment store, and it was hanging up on the wall, and I thought, oh my goodness, how gorgeous. And the price, would you believe, in that consignment store was $350. And I thought, oh my goodness. And I went to the front and I said, can't you lower the price? And they said no, because that's an original, and nope. And then I said, do you have layaway? That's back in the days when we had layaway. And they said yes. And I remember putting $50 each month, every time a paycheck that we could get enough money, $50 towards it. And then I was so excited when I finally was able to you know, pay it in full. And I brought that painting home and I was like, wow, we earned this. We worked hard for this painting, saving back money for this. So yeah, and it looked beautiful in our two homes before that. We had it up real high and it had a real high ceiling and it looked real pretty. But yeah, so it does have sentimental value. So even I was kind of sad that we had to put that on the Facebook Marketplace. But we have a Bible verse that goes with that, because that's the bad thing about paintings. I don't know if y'all have noticed if you have paintings, but they do spiders. Spiders love to make webs for some strange reason on the corners of the paintings, like behind the painting, you know, where the wall is and the painting, back part of the painting. And then they're dusty. They collect dust real bad. And what's that Bible verse you have? Don't store up treasures.
Sure, you say that.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of jumped the whatever there.
Oh no. Okay, this is from Matthew chapter 6, starting in verse 19. Jesus is speaking. Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
Yeah.
So quite a convicting passage.
Yeah. But still, it's hard to get rid of the...
I mean, I don't want to get rid of everything. There are some things that I would like to keep, just because, like my books,
right,
I would not want to. I mean, if I really had to, then I guess I could. And the quilt that my grandmother and her friends helped make for me,
yes,
that took quite a while because she was already going blind. She had cataracts bad in her eyes.
And glaucoma too.
Glaucoma.
Mm-hmm.
And so she worked hard for that quilt. She gave each of the siblings a quilt.
And she made one for my husband and I. We got to choose the design and the colors, and then she went with that. And yeah.
So I think there are some things that you can keep, especially like an heirloom if you want to pass it down. I think that's okay. But if we cling to things too much or make them unto idols, then that's where it is a sin.
Right. Yeah. I do have a confession to make. I may have brought this out before, but I have this little Cabbage Patch doll back in the day when they made Cabbage Patch dolls.
I think they still do, just not as cute.
I know, but I got that for Christmas. I had wanted it, and I was already an adult by then, by the way. It was 1 year before I got married, actually. I was 22, and I told my mother, I really want a Cabbage Patch doll, and it has to be a boy. I want a boy one. And so she got me that, and I still have that photograph somewhere of how excited I was. Oh my goodness. An adult, here I was an adult, so excited to receive this Cabbage Patch doll for Christmas. And I make him talk and stuff, and he has his name. His name is Pierre, and I make him talk with the family and stuff, and everybody treats him a little differently. And anyway, but he's in the storage unit, and he's just right there smiling at me when we open up the storage unit. And sometimes I'll get him out and kind of puppeted him around, but I thought, oh Lord, and I kind of looked at God, and I was looking up the heavens one day. It's like, I just wish I could bring Pierre with me to heaven. Surely you'll understand, God. He's just so cute.
He is a really cute Cabbage Patch
and he has
doll.
a cute personality, and can't I just I know that seems silly, but you know, and then there's other times where I'm like, oh, it's just a thing, it's just a doll, you know, it's just an idol. I mean, if he were to burn up, I might be sad for a while, but I don't know. I'm thinking, no, I think I'd be devastated.
I'm so sad.
So there's an example. He has sentimental value because he's so old. Oh my goodness. He's 34 years old. Good. And so we keep saying to, like, my son, my real son, I'll say, this is your baby brother, but he's older than you. We just do jokes like that. We like to puppet things around and be silly. You know? We're not always all serious. We can get goofy. Okay, so yeah, so it's a difficult time for us, in addition to already going through a difficult time and then having to get rid of the sentimental items. That is really hard. We've done some other shows where living with less, like, is it necessary to have paintings and all this stuff in your house, and then we did a thing for the members, you know, which we're see, that's we're gonna keep that a secret. You have to join if you want to find out what we showed the members the other day. So
yep, if you want to see what's in our storage units, click the join button.
Doesn't this sound, that sounds like a good, we sound like sales ladies. Like, car salesmen. Come on down to so-and-so Chevrolet and get your truck here. Anyway, but yeah, so pray for us, please, as we're going through this transition now where we're having to downsize. Because not only are we going to get rid of the outdoor smaller unit, but we'd also like to get rid of this larger unit and downsize to an even smaller one than that. So, because it's outrageously expensive. Oh my goodness. No wonder homeless people don't have storage. I can't imagine them having storage units. They just carry whatever they have with them in the moment. Just a bag of clothes, if they even have that. Goodness me. I mean, they probably look at us and think, wow, at least you have a vehicle to live in. And then they don't know it, but we also have some storage units. But those, we got to let them go, folks. We got to let them go. So pray for us, please, as we're going through this time. Okay.
Yes, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
And of course, if you have any prayer requests, please leave them down the comment section, or you're welcome to send us an email. For his name's sake, 106@gmail.com.
Yes.
And if you feel led to, we were kind of joking, but really, if you do feel led to become a member, it's $4.99 a month. It's a way to support the ministry and our family as we go through this homeless journey.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we hope that you will like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. And Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.